Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this beautiful Sunday. My name is Cheryl Mack, and I am the co owner of the Bridge Art Gallery with my husband, Christopher Mack. And like so many others, we know that this election is a huge election for all communities, not only at the presidential level, but also down ticket to what's happening in congressional races, um, at our state level, and at our local level. And I, like so many others, felt compelled to become involved. And we decided to create a pathway for art galleries as well as artists to be able to be engaged. We are all engaged in the visual business, and nothing is more visual than our society. And so we created the Create and Vote campaign, which is a way for art galleries as well as artists to leverage our communities to be involved in the election process. So, what is Create and Vote? Create and Vote aims to transform our local and national elections into a vibrant cultural event by infusing artistic expression into the democratic process. Through collaborations with art galleries, artists, we seek to ignite passion for civic engagement. And we want to make sure that the voices of our diverse communities are heard. So we want to make sure that you can join us in a celebration of democracy Now, I'd like to introduce one of my fellow gallerists. Her name is Jacqueline Thomas. Hello, Jackie. How are you? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Hello,
Oh,
everybody.
hi. So, Jackie, I'd like you to introduce yourself and let us know how you would like to engage in Create and Vote, and what does this campaign mean to you and your gallery.
So, Cheryl, thanks for having me here today. When you came up with this idea and ran with it, I was so happy. My name is Jackie Thompson from Overdue Recognition Art Gallery in Bowie, Maryland. Um, I was on the same call with you, Cheryl, to raise the money for Harris, and got off the phone just like you did, and was like, wow, what can I do? How can we support? And supporting the voter registration is like the best thing I think we can do. And I'm already, once you told me that we were going to do this, I've already started putting together, working on an exhibit. I've already been talking to artists who can help me participate, reaching out to other art galleries, reaching out to artists to help with get their participation going, to help this voter drive, and definitely going to be using the hashtag as much as possible to let people out there know that that the art galleries want to be involved, and driving as many people as we can to help with this.
That's fantastic. And what has been the reception by artists when you talk about this campaign?
Same thing. It's all been very positive about getting people. People want to support. People are looking for ways to support. The energy is there, and we just got to make it work. But that's what I keep hearing from everybody, that they're looking for a way to support, and I think this would be the way for us to do it.
We learned from the pandemic that it was the arts that saved us, in the sense that art institutions, artists, art galleries, we were all sharing our imagery online. People had escapism with,
Mhm.
um, Netflix and series, and being able to tour cultural institutions. But this is another opportunity where artists can engage in the process. Oftentimes, when you look back through history, the historians, give us facts of,
Mhm.
what wars were happened, who conquered who was in, office at the time. But it's really the artists that give us an insight on what was the feeling of the people, beyond the fact. What were the people feeling? Were they feeling hopeful? Were they feeling despair? How were they navigating, whatever points in history? And this is another opportunity where artists can really leverage our power as far as conveying the voice of the people, and being able to use our imagery to really promote mobilization to the polls.
Mhm. I
So,
I agree. Definitely, yes.
so thank you, Jackie, for coming on to share with us.
I'm ready to go. Let's get this thing going. Yes.
And if you're in Bowie, where can they, or in the DMV, where can they find overdue recognition?
So we're in the center of Bowie, in Bowie Town Center at 15402 Emerald Way. We're about 10-15 minutes right outside of Washington, D.C.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, so again, you too, as a gallerist, can engage in this process by hosting your own art exhibition, by joining in our online challenges, hosting artist talks and workshops in your galleries, creating in conjunction with local artists community art projects. Now, how can you engage in the online challenge? The online challenge is really to engage, create, and inspire your community to vote. So, some ideas on how you can either join the weekly online challenges that we'll create on the Create and Vote platform. You can also create your own online challenges by working with your network of artists. So some ideas to consider is um, promoting to your own individual group of artists. Um, you can talk about why voting matters to you, and artists can share imagery with you that you can put on your social media platforms of artwork that conveys why art voting is very important. What are some of the reasons as to why you believe having a voice in politics is so important for the art community? And again, utilizing your local artists to share with you imagery that goes in line with that topic. And then, of course, share your own political art that makes a statement. And again, the same idea. When you're sharing your art to be a part of our kind of collective community, we ask that if you're doing an Instagram reel or Instagram post, to please tag it Create and Vote. And you can also tag Create and Vote on Instagram, and that will make sure that we're aggregating all of the posts that each of the galleries and artists are doing, and we'll feed it into the Create and Vote website, which will list all of the users of the Create and Vote hashtag, as well as sharing it again on our social media platforms. And we have also been engaging with other organizations, such as Win with Black Women, and also When We All Vote, to let them know about the campaign that we're using. And so there'll be sharing across social media platforms beyond the Create and Vote platforms. There are many other platforms that are encouraging um, people to register to vote and to mobilize. And so your visual images that you're sharing will have a wider reach beyond what we have on our platform. And again, this is really about creating synergy within our communities. Now, Create and Vote is more than just a campaign. It's a movement that seeks to redefine how we approach elections and civic participation. Together, we want to make sure that we are utilizing our individual platforms to paint a picture of a society where every citizen is empowered to make a difference. We want you to vote with your heart and vote with your voice and create and vote. Now, all of the galleries that will host any activity, we ask that you sign up on the createandvote.com platform, and then we'll email you. You can share your flyers or advertisement about your activities, and we'll promote it not only on the website, but also on the Create and Vote Instagram page. And again, that reach goes beyond just Create and Vote. We're also sharing content with all of the other voter mobilization initiatives that exist worldwide. The createandvote.com website, in the next phase of the website, will also include resources on how you can find out when the next, when voter registrations will officially close in your state and region. It'll also include if you want to do voter registration as a part of your events in your gallery. It'll identify local outlets that can help you with that online registration and on-site registration. Also, remember to tag Create and Vote in your posts, to use the hashtag. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. I want to give a special shout out to, again, Overdue Recognition for coming on and being a soundboard and a co-collaborator in developing this campaign. I also want to give a special shout out to the Women's Live Artist Studio in Chicago that also came on board and said, let's do it. We're in. We're happy to support. So thank you to Martha and Dana. And also Nowhere Art and Martha's Vineyard. Valerie also was like, I'm in, let's do it. So I also want to share, just to hopefully spark an idea for other gallerists on what you can do. There is an artist that we work with, and I believe several other galleries have also worked with this phenomenal artist. Her name is Martrice Roach. And Martrice did an image that we featured in an exhibition several years ago, and it was called Facing the Future Together. We thought it was an amazing piece of artwork, and so did the city of Newark. It was actually featured as a part of an art installation in Newark Airport. So we reached out to Martrice Roach because I remember this image so vividly, and it just spoke about the collective of community. And I said to Martrice, let's work together to publish a new edition of this piece of artwork. And this is a way that we're engaging with the local artists. We're publishing a larger edition, limited edition of this artwork, Facing the Future Together, a limited run print. And we're using the proceeds to go to the When We All Vote campaign to help with their mobilization initiatives. So again, thank you for taking the time out on this beautiful Sunday evening to talk about how we can leverage our power to mobilize our community to get to the polls, to make sure that our community is registered to vote, and that we make sure that our vote is heard, that we are engaging with our creative community to show that artists are really gauging what the feel and the sentiment of the community and using their artwork to be the visual storytellers of this time. So I wish you all luck. Please make sure you register on the createandvote.com platform. We'll cross promote whatever you're doing. We're here to support, and we want to make sure that our voices are heard. Thanks again for your time. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm at Cheryl, CHERYL, at bridgeartgallery.net. And I'm deeply humbled by everyone who's come behind this initiative. And we're here to just make sure that we're heard, we're seen, our artists are using their power to empower others. Thanks again, and have a wonderful week.